like a continuance.
This case has already been delayed several times, Mr. Reed.
I realize that, Your Honor, but I would really like a continuance.
I'll have to hear good cause, counsel. What's the problem?
I can't lie!
Commendable, Mr. Reed, but I'm still waiting to hear good cause. Now, do you have one or not?
Not!
Motion for continuance denied. Is there any chance of a settlement in this case?
Hello and welcome back to another episode on Ken OE channel. As you all know from the thumbnail, we'll be talking about the Wonderful Woman. Oh god, the puns. The SH Figuarts Wonder Woman action figure. As excited as I am to talk about her, I'm still skeptical after the Batman figure, so let's find out if this is any better. So starting with the box, big Wonder Woman text with the figure posing at the front with the dirty yellow scheme for the box. Wonder Woman logo at the top, same text at the side and the other with more of her cool standing pose, and at the back her sassy standing pose with a crouching pose as well, because they know it showcases that beautiful butt cheek. Oh, Bandai UTs. And also they feature some accessories as well, so let's open her up and take a closer look. Wonder Woman! Opening the box, you'll find this little catalog promoting the Flash and Superman action figures, which would have been awesome for international collectors if they were not exclusives. Unite the SH Figuarts. Unite your wallets and spend it all on the exclusive on the next page, is to say. You can't save the world alone, so you have to collect SH Figuarts. I'm collecting all the Justice League SH Figuarts.
Oh shit, back off Rockheads, this Earth means business.
Jokes aside, I'm still going to try and get them, so moving on to the figure. And taking a closer look at the face sculpt and putting the pictures side by side, and I may be the only one thinking this, but in my humble opinion, it doesn't look exactly like Gal Gadot. Don't get me wrong, this is still a pretty face by itself. I mean, Gal Gadot's eyebrows are thicker, eyes are slightly curved, and her lips are fuller, but still full credit to SHF team for the attempt, as it is almost an impossible task by itself to fully capture the beauty of Gal Gadot in a 6-inch figure. And I believe even the sculptor who took the task went like,
"This is impossible. Gal Gadot is too perfecto. This is the best I could do."
So give yourself a pat on the back for trying, Mr. Sculptor.
Why is she so beautiful?
But there's one thing that the sculptor did right, and it's her.
Oh my gosh, look at her butt.
I believe this was brought forward from the Harley Quinn mold, and the sculptor must be proud.
I have molded the perfecto butto. The truth is,
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Apart from her behind, everything else on this figure is very nicely painted and sculpted as well. All the lines engraved on her suit, different texture on her skirt, and there's scuffing on her knee guards as well, and the paint is spot on. You got the maroon color on her body, strong metallic blue on her skirt, and a slightly brighter maroon on her legs, and the skin tone is done very nicely as well. Not too bright, just a nice soft blend. I do have my gripes on this figure, and it's on her head. Although they sculpted her hair really nicely, but since they're using an interchangeable head, the hair piece comes off, and this connection right here is a little too obvious to the point that she looks like she's wearing a wig at some angles. Where's Diana? She's touching up her hair before the big battle. Oh god, I can't unsee that. I'm trying to burn off my irises off, damn you invulnerability! And they tried to conceal that by adding some shade of paint on her forehead, but I think that makes it even more obvious. And also another thing is that this hook for her lasso for my figure came off.
Why it happens me? I never cuss my boss or nothing like that. Why?
And I had to super glue it back. This hook wasn't worthy of the lasso. I hope this only happens to my action figure and no one else's. Her forehead did bother me a bit at first, but after posing her a little bit, I can still safely say that this is a wonderful looking figure, if you could overlook the forehead flaw. Wonder Woman! Moving on to her articulation. Her head and neck is connected on a ball joint, but due to her wonder hair, any movement to the right and back is limited, but she can still look down and look left and pivot just slightly. She has a butterfly joint which goes all the way front, which is amazing, and backwards that far. Hands 360, no problem. Outwards, no bicep twist, so arm rotation instead, but at least she's got elbow rotation to compensate for the lack of bicep twist. Bicep flex, wrist 360 and up and down. She's got an upper and lower ab cut, so overall she can crunch forward pretty far and arch backwards that far. Twisting at the top and at the bottom, and she can do the pivots. Her legs don't have the pull down, so she can only split that far. She can kick up pretty high and kick back as well. She has the thigh swivel, knee flex, feet moves 360 up and down, and has the twinkle toes but no ankle pivots unfortunately, which means it requires more leg twisting to allow this figure to stand, which if you have the patience then this isn't a problem, but overall she can do a lot of awesome poses. And going into her accessories, she comes with quite a number of them surprisingly. So starting with her hands, she comes equipped with Steppenwolf's face punching hands, a pair of hands to reach out for remaining survivors, and the weapon wielding hands to hold her sword and her shield. And to equip her shield, you gotta peg her hand out, position her hand to hold the handle of her shield, then peg the arm in to secure it into place, or else it'll just slip right off. And they painted and sculpted these weapons really nicely. You have the blue on the sword handle and the texture on the shield, though I would have preferred the sword and shield design from the original Wonder Woman movie instead of the Justice League one. And the lasso of truth, you have the one you sling over the hook, which again play with caution, but there's nowhere in her straps which indicates she could holster her sword, which I thought she could in the movies, unless you improvise and settle for this. Also, they provided you with another lasso to sling over your enemies, which you can hold either way depending on what you want to sling onto. Would you like to be featured in my upcoming movie? It's called 50 Shades of Red. You can be Diana and you can call me Mr. Red. And the lasso is nicely painted just like Rapunzel's golden hair.
Flower, clean and glow.
And lastly, her interchangeable face looks pissed, which I believe they were trying to emulate this facial expression from the Wonder Woman movie, and I think they did alright with this face. As you can see, plenty of fun accessories to play around with. And here she is standing next to her peers. How is she the same height as Batman? Ben Affleck is 1.9 meters tall. So in summary, sure, this figure isn't without its gripes. The interchangeable head, which resulted in her looking like she's got a wig on, her hair being so strong thanks to head and shoulders which limits her head movement, or the lack of ankle pivots which requires more effort to make her stand. But ultimately, if you could look past all that, particularly the head, I ended up having a lot of fun with this figure. This figure still looks pretty good even though it may not be 100% accurate to how Gal Gadot looks, but this figure can pull off a lot of amazing action poses, especially the classic Wonder Woman bracelet attack move, and also she comes with sufficient amount of playable accessories which makes this figure, in my humble opinion, an amazing Wonder Woman action figure. This figure matched what the Revoltech Gwen could do and probably took it a step further, and if all future female action figures follows the footsteps of this figure in terms of the articulation, then I'm really excited for those figures. That concludes today's episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, which will help me a lot and I truly appreciate it. If you're new, welcome to my channel, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos about action figures, sketches and more. And do let me know your thoughts on this figure or the video in the comment sections down below. As always, thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you guys are embracing your wonderful self within and having a great week. Stay awesome, stay geeky, and I'll see you guys at the next video.